Welcome back to Murphy's Family Kitchen. I'm Jim Murphy, and today we are going to make some barbecue ribs. It's one of my favorite things to do. It takes a little bit of time on the smoker, but it's really well worth it. If you're like me and you like to go out to different barbecue places and always get the ribs, this is perfect for that. So I just want to start out with the meat that we're using, and I get this at Costco. This is pork loin back ribs. I don't use baby back ribs because they dry out too quickly and have a tendency to not go well on the smoker unless you have time to stand over it. What I like about this is I can put them on, I put them out there for a few hours, let them smoke, they get a delicious taste to them. So I really like the rub that we use on this. The recipe is linked down below, and frankly, anytime I'm cooking pork, I use this rub almost exclusively. But I always make enough that I have some on hand, and anytime I'm making pork, with the exception of maybe bacon, I always use this rub. I'm going to open up this package now and get these ribs ready for the rub and show you all how we get started. Okay, I've got the ribs out of the package now. It comes with 3 full racks of ribs, which is quite a bit. For our family, this is about 3 meals. So you can either freeze some of them after you're finished, or if you think you're gonna just wanna eat ribs for a week, they'll last in the refrigerator for a good 5 or 6 days as you go through it. So it's not as much as it looks like. Once you start eating these, I guarantee you're gonna have a hard time putting them down. So let's get started here. There's not a lot to trim off of a rack of ribs, but we do want to make sure that we don't have anything sitting out there that is going to burn up on us. So some of the racks will have, at the very end, on the short end, some really small bones inside here and some pieces of fat that kind of hang off. So we're just going to trim that piece and just go right between the bones. And we're going to take that off so that we don't have any burning there. And I always keep a bowl here to catch my scraps. And we're going to check them all out. This one's not too bad. It's got just a little piece of fat hanging off there that actually just fell off. And then same thing here. It's just got a little bit of fat sticking off here. So we're going to slice that. And that's it. That's all the maintenance there is to this. Not a lot to take off. So now that we have them ready, as far as that goes, we're going to go ahead and put our rib rub on these. Alright, this rib rub that I use is something that I make myself, and I keep these shaker bottles around, and the recipe for this is down below. You can buy a store-bought rub if you want to use that if you have a favorite, or you could make this. This is excellent. I really do like it a lot. And so we're just going to put it on here. Not a really heavy coat. We don't want too much, just enough to cover it. There's not a lot of meat on these bones here. A lot of it is bone. And so we don't want to overpower the meat with the rub. We want to flavor the meat with the rub. We'll get that on all 3 pieces. And we'll turn them over and do the other side. I generally do the bottom first, turn it over, and do the top. And then I always smoke them with the rib side down on the smoker. And they just cook nice and evenly that way. Make sure you get a little bit on the edges there. All right, we've got these ribs all ready to go out to the smoker now. And so we're going to go out and we're going to put them on at anywhere between 250 and 270 degrees. We're going to let them cook for a good 2 to 3 hours. We'll go back out and check them, see how they're doing. And then we're going to wrap them in foil, let them finish up inside the foil, and then bring them in after that. This is depending on how quickly they cook, anywhere from a 4 to a 6 hour smoke. but we'll monitor that and see exactly how long they take for us today. All right, here we are out at the smoker, and we're gonna put these ribs on here. I've adjusted the temperature down to 250 on this. We're gonna see how that works out for us for a while. And I'm just gonna put these ribs in on the griddle here. And we have our water can here to make sure we keep everything good and moist. A little bit of separation here so that smoke can get around all sides of the meat. And we're going to close this lid here and let these go for a couple hours, and we'll come back and check on them. All right, these ribs have been on now for a little over 2 hours. We come down to take a look at them, and they are looking really nice. They're cooking well. See how juicy they are. We're going to spritz them with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Keep them nice and moist. And close this up for a few minutes. We're going to come back in just a little while, probably another 15 or 20 minutes, and we're going to wrap them up in foil. Okay, it's time to wrap. So we're gonna take these out using a towel. Put them in some foil, wrap them up good and tight, and stick them back into the smoker. Just like that. And let them cook just a little while longer. Okay, now that we got them all wrapped up, we're going to close the lid here. We're going to maintain our temperature for about another 2 hours and then come back and take a look. Okay, we are back out at the smoker. It has been 4 hours since we put these on, and I think we should be just about ready here. We're going to check them, see how they feel. The meat is soft and they're pliable, but they don't feel like they're going to fall apart. So they should be ready. We're going to go ahead and take them off, take them inside, let them rest for a couple of minutes, and then we'll open up and see how we did. Okay, we have rested these for a few minutes. They look really, really nice. Done really well. The meat is soft. I was able to pick it up. It doesn't tear apart or fall apart, so they seem to be done just right. So we're going to cut a couple of these off here and see how we did. So you hear a lot about fall off the bone tender when you're dealing with ribs. You don't actually want it to fall off the bone, but you do want to be able to have it come off the bone very neat and clean. And that is perfect right there. Comes right off. That is wonderful. Okay, we are going to take a little taste here and see how we did. That's fantastic. The meat is still nice and moist. This rub gives it an awesome bark. It really is good. I like to use that on all the pork that I prepare. Again, the recipe is down below. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you like it. Please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do. Share this with your friends. Leave me a comment. Ask questions. I will get back to you on that. And I look forward to seeing everybody again in the next video. Thank you.